test also. But now onwards, you have to do homework, you have to solve the problems, then and there. We'll be conducting many tests in between during class hour itself. So this transition from orientation to academic work itself will be a challenging task. I know very well that iTech students are able to withstand any kind of academic pressure. So we have to cover the syllabus in a very short time, and that in online mode. It's a new experience for faculty members as well as students also. So while Monisha was the first batch of student, we had a lot of time, in fact, to deliver our lecture. I don't think Monisha has undergone this kind of 3 weeks orientation. Probably we might have had 3 days orientation. Yeah, but now we have 3 weeks orientation. And a lot of working days were available. There were many rains during her period, exams were postponed, many uncertainties were there. Now also we have uncertainties. When Monisha was student, we don't know, I think, when the exams will be held. But now while you are students, we don't know when the classes will commence. Okay? So uncertainties is a part of life. We have to take up any challenge. Regarding the chief guest, Monisha was the chief guest of our hostel day also, if I remember right. First alumni to be the chief guest of hostel day, called as Samartha. I think, and she was, very, brilliant student, very strong in academics. I remember Monisha interviewing me while I think I was handling drawing class. She was, I think, asking me about art of living or about Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and all. She was also a writer in Tarangani magazine, if I am right, editor in Tarangani magazine, editorial board member. She also, I think, having many other extracurricular activities. I think she will be openly talking whatever I think she feels. There is the strength of Monisha. Very nice that Monisha accepts our invitation to address our first year students. Now, again, I welcome Monisha. I now request Dr. Malar to introduce Monisha formally.
Good morning, one and all present here. My hearty welcome to the 2020 batch of PhD iTech. It's my pleasure and privilege to introduce one of our prestigious alumni, Ms.G.Monisha, to this August gathering. Ms.G.Monisha is an iconic student of PhD iTech, and she belongs to the first and the best batch of PhD iTech. I mentioned here as a first and best batch because that batch did not have seniors. They are highly self-driven, self-motivated, and self-sculptured students of our college. I'm referring Monisha as an iconic student. This is because she has left her footprints in all activities of PhD iTech that was happening on those days. Whenever any event is happening at PhD iTech, she'll be there either as a master of ceremony or as an administrator in organizing the events. She was also the editor of Tarangani of PhD iTech. She was a logo designer for Advaya. She was an event coordinator and administrator for Yukta Hub. She was an eminent office bearer for Tamil Mandram. She was actively participating in all Tamil Mandram activities along with Dr. Tamil Chelvi and Dr. Aramadhakannan on those days. It goes on like this. With respect to college, all the events, she will actively participate, voluntarily involved, gives her suggestion and plays an active role. When it comes to the department, she was a proactive member of ECE Association. She and her team kept the rhythm of ECE Association always in the mode of vibrant. They used to conduct a lot of quizzes. She and her team normally conduct a lot of quizzes, circuit debating competitions, mini project competitions to their juniors. They always make the juniors, they kindle the talents of the juniors, and they make them to actively participate in a CE association, and that became very much helpful for us to conduct the association activities. Her passion for learning was very high. She maintained a very good academic records and used to live in labs. And mean the word, she lives in labs. It means she lives in labs. After all class hours, she'll be there in National Instruments Laboratory, NI lab, and she'll be doing projects. All these talents were revealed when she attended the technical competitions and project expos. They normally get the first prize. Normally they bag the best project award whenever there is a project expo. She and her team every year bag the best project award. One such award they received from National Instruments Bangalore. It was an all India level national project expo. They participated, they went till finalists, and they presented their project. Her love for the department was very high. Even after graduation, whenever she visits college, she used to conduct mock interviews for her juniors. Even when she was studying as a student, all her classmates and herself, after getting placed, they conducted themselves mock interviews for their class students. That's how we achieved good placements for the first batch, and their mock interview for the juniors made a remarkable change in the placement activity for their juniors, and they got a very good placements like in companies like Microsoft, Qualcomm, etc., Cisco, etc. This all happened only because of this first batch students gave a mock interview for their juniors. One of my happy moments with Monisha was when she told me that she is teaching poor students of a village in her weekends and holidays. ஈன்ற பொழுதினும் பெரிதுவக்கும் தன் மகனை சான்றோன் என கேட்ட தாய்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. I felt very happy when Monisha said that she is spending all her holidays and weekends with the village students and motivating the students to learn better, appear for government examinations. She was very bold when she was as a student. She or normally gives her feedback. Whatever went wrong, she will be first to present that it is going wrong, we have to correct it. She not only gives the feedback, but she also acts as a part of the solution and provides solution also. As a hostel warden, she gave me many inputs in utilizing the hostel timing of the students so that they can get trained in the hostel itself. The girl students can get trained in the hostel itself and they can prepare for the placement. One such event was 1 minute talk we organized after her suggestion, but then we consulted Dr. Tamilchelvi and we conducted 1 minute talk in PhD hostel during the free hours of our students. Whenever we get any things to be done, for example, first Yukta when it was about to happen, we are about to conduct the workshop for the outcoming students, okay, out college students. Then readily she and her team conducted our microcontroller workshop. Though they didn't study it formally, they themselves studied, prepared the slides, and formulated the examples and conduct the workshop in a successful manner. We expected 40 participants when it was overwhelming response. It went on 2 or 3 sessions parallelly. Such a successful events were organized by Monisha and her team when they were students. My memories with Monisha are limitless. It goes on and on for us. Such a dedicated and passionate student of PhD iTech is Ms.G.Monisha. I let now Monisha to share her experience to you all. No doubt her words will be inspiring you and helping you to further grow in your studies. I take this opportunity to wish my student, Ms.G.Monisha, success in all her endeavors and to receive many awards and laurels and make PhD iTech to feel proud about her. I also wish to thank our principal and vice principal to providing me this opportunity to share my views about my student, Ms.G.Monisha. Thank you all. Wish you all to have a very good learning at PhD iTech. Come, let's all grow together. Thank you.
Thank you, Malar. The stage is yours, Monisha. The screen is yours. Stage is yours. Proceed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
First of all, I would like to thank our management, principal, vice principal, dean, all heads of department, Dr.E.Malar and Mrs. Vilasni for giving me this opportunity to interact with you people. So I hear it's almost 20 days since your orientation has started. We had it for only 3 days, as sir mentioned. So how is the experience to be a part of the iTech family? How many happy faces? Is there a raise hand option here?
Yeah. Raise hand is there. Yeah.
So,
Raise hand. Yeah.
so how many happy people? Okay,
Participants raise the hands. 22.
26, 30, 35, 37, 35, 50.
great. Any sad faces?
Any?
Anyone not really happy about it? Or any confused people? Neither happy nor sad, really confused on what is going on. Okay, there are still a few. Trust me, even my first choice of career wasn't engineering. So if that is your problem, that is a very easily solvable problem, because you've chosen a career that is more of problem solving. So if you're happy, continue to be, and be more inspiring, and have the zest within always. If you're confused, just clarify things. Only you can clarify the doubts you have. There are ways to clarify it. Maybe you can find that out. If you're sad, try to come out of that zone and think. See, whatever is happened is done. So we'll have to only see things forward. And this I learned through one of the lectures given by Dr. P.V.M. He once said A should always be greater than E, E being expectation and A being acceptance. So you can dream very high, that is a very good thing, but you shouldn't expect the outcomes to be as high as your dream. Have lower expectation, and your acceptance level should be high. So accept things will change. It's not a static world, it's very dynamic. As time goes, you will like a lot of things, and hopefully this session will be useful to you. So uh, so first of all, any idea on how an engineer looks like, or what features describe an engineer? Can any volunteer answer?
An engineer is a person who changes the society or provide new invention to solve the problems of the society.
Okay, he's a problem solver. Okay, and innovator. Fine.
Yes.
Okay.
A professional person.
Okay, professional person. What do you mean by professional, sir?
Professional in the sense like knowing what he does, an expert in that field.
Okay, good. Any other answers? What like if somebody says the word engineer, what comes to your mind? Anything. It could be funny, it could be anything. It's your
A
perception,
formal
right?
uniform with formal shoes.
Okay, formally dressed person.
Yes.
Have you seen civil engineers out there?
Till yet, we never entered to a college
No, not to a college.
Yeah.
Like, you still live in the
Yellow
real world,
helmet.
right? Are you guys so addicted to the virtual games and stuff that you don't even see engineers out? No, you have seen civil engineers, they toil so much. The well-dressed things may not work with them always, right? They have that hat, and in the scorching sun, they'll be standing, and I don't know how you define an engineer to be well-dressed and happy all the time. So why the girls very quiet? We used to be more curious personalities in our batch.
Girls.
Girls do not have an image of who an engineer is.
Like a VIP.
Monisha,
Yes, sir.
they reflect based on the software engineering. They're all working in AC rooms. Am I right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. That is there, but
Yeah, that is what the engineering means for them.
okay,
Working with computers. Okay.
okay. So,
Girls.
girls, any image on how an engineer is to you? How he or she will? Sorry?
Someone who plans and reduces human effort.
Okay.
A person who's always open to new learning and expecting perfection and trying to apply it all the time.
So good. You guys are at least clear on what you are going to become. So you got to be well dressed. You will have to plan your things. You will have to solve your problems. You should be professional. You should never stop learning, and you will have to apply things that you learn. So on this grounds, basic requirement is scoring. And you guys are trained for 14 years to learn and score. The way you learn is going to be a little different. It is not going to be the completely text-based things. You'll have to apply whatever you've learned, but scoring marks is the basics. So having said that, scoring marks, about 10 lakh graduates come out of engineering every year. And let us assume, see, because they are graduates, they all have scored the percentage above the pass percentage, say 50. So you are, your qualification says you are an engineer, but there are still lack of, there is still unemployability for engineers. Why do you think so?
Because there are a lot of people who just completed the degree.
Okay, so
Who
there is
don't
no-
know.
There is no application of the knowledge into the real life. They didn't express it out.
I personally think that the specific jobs are not given to the specific divisions. Like if the last word is engineer, all come to the IT. So I think that might be the problem.
Most of them are not acquiring core jobs.
Yeah.
Not possessing the required skills.
see, it is not that jobs aren't there. There are jobs. There are core jobs. But why only a few people are recruited? Why in the law?
Because they only the know.
Maybe due to their lack of aptitude skills sometimes.
Maybe they possess only theoretical knowledge, not
Technical
practical
skills.
knowledge.
So
They
all of
don't know
these
Practical knowledge.
practical inability.
So you think you will not be tested practically? You still have laboratories, at least 2 per semester.
Lack of communication skills.
Yeah, so putting all of your things together into a single term, it is called professional skills. Professional skills, sorry, I missed out the slide. I thought this will be your view of engineers in your respective fields. So I brought out these images. So professional skills are nothing but a graduate being industry ready. Industry ready means all of the suggestions you guys had just told, that all of that in a single term is professional skills. Be it communication skills, be it knowing to apply whatever you have learned, everything, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you approach a problem, all of that. We will be seeing each of them in the subsequent slides, but I just wanted to know if you are actually aware of what is going on. And I would like to mention it very strongly that jobs are not gone. There are still jobs. There are jobs in core field in India, but if you are not lacking the skill they require, you will definitely not be recruited. So basically the problem is with us. We do not develop the skills that the employers require, and we say we are not given job. It should be the other way around. So you should acquire the skills and just be ready for any interview. Trust me, L&T was my first interview and I could crack it. But it is not a day's preparation. You will be having your placements commencing from 7th semester. But if you start preparing for your placements at the end of 6th semester, when your placement training is being given, that will not work. Because it's just not what you sit, maybe the interview will be for 5 minutes, but the 5 minutes requires 3 years of effort. So skill is not something that you cannot develop. There will be a lot of Tamil medium students. You have no choice but to learn the language. English is the medium of instruction for your academia. So all of your exams are going to be in English, you like it or not. You will have to present your ideas. You will know how maybe an electric motor works or how a circuit is designed. Everything knowledge you will have. And just because you lack the skill to write it in a piece of paper, you shouldn't lag behind. So make sure you learn the language, because it is the need of the hour. And it is not like it is not possible. There was one student from my own class. His name is Shivraj. He was from Tamil medium. He never had any arrears. He made sure he learned the language as quick as he can, and he was the first in our batch to go on site. So his communication skills, he improved so well.
Monisha,
Yes, sir.
he was leading our NCC troop.
Yes, sir.
Independence Day, Republic Day.
Yes,
He
sir.
was, the cadet was leading the march past.
Yes, sir.
We
He
remember
used to
him very well.
organize various events. He
Yeah,
improved his communication skills through each and every opportunity he had. So just because you have a little, you are a little lagging behind right now, it doesn't mean that you will have to lag behind forever. You still have the opportunity to grasp the knowledge of, it's just the language. And it's not like you have never heard of the language. You have at least had it as a subject that you merely passed or so. It's again, learning English is a skill that can be developed. It requires effort. You should just come out of your comfort zone and then just improve your skills. So if you are well with the professional skills, you will definitely be the first choice of employment. And I told you I attended L&T. That was my first on-campus interview. After that also I attend interviews like every 3 months or 6 months, depending on the availability of my time. And I haven't failed in any interview. I have rejected all the offers I've got. It is not for the money that I attend interviews. It is just to boost my confidence and to know like if I am actually viable to the market. If I have learned enough in my job, if that's a continuous, it's not like, okay, till the day you attend your interview, you build all your professional skills, you be very professional, show your skills, get a job, it's done. No, it is not. They say to be a doctor, you have to keep learning. The same is for engineering. There is no deadline where you can actually stop learning. It is always exponential. From I think it has already begun from November 4th. The scale is always going to be exponential. Be prepared for that. Otherwise, it is not that nothing can happen, but the progress you will have technically or financially may not be as good as you expect. So this is why you need professional skills, not just in your college, but also after that. But why do you have to have a presentation on professional skills now? It is because you are still young to be open to learning. If you do not have that mind at this age, eventually when you grow, it will be even difficult. So from now, if you're open to learning and developing your skills, you will be learning efficiently later on. So see, if you have questions, please reserve it for the final questions time, because I don't want to get interrupted. Just a few more slides, then you can ask any questions. So according to me, there are multiple professional skills. It is all customized according to the profession. Like even if you claim yourself to be an IT professional or a software engineer, even in that field, you have a very customized skills required, not just technically, even your soft skills. So for me, for any engineer right now in the market, these are the very crucial professional skills required. Basic is communication, that you know. Networking is connecting to people. problem solving, everything I will explain in detail and just briefing out each of them. Problem solving or approaching, see, as one of you said, engineering is solving problems. You are going to be problem solvers of the world. So you have to, how do you solve it matters. So independent contribution. Independent contribution is none of you are going to be a secluded scientist working in a remote lab where no other human is in contact. It is not so. You will be working in teams. So in a team, you will be evaluated on how much you have contributed. So how much percentage of independent contribution you are going to give to the employer. That is independent contribution. Teamwork, though you can contribute the maximum as an independent employee, how well you coordinate with your peers. And the peers are going to change. Sometimes you will be in a very hyperactive team and sometimes in a very lazy team, but still how do you stand out? How efficient are you in any circumstance you are put in? So that is teamwork. Creativity is, people call it thinking out of box, and a lot of jargons come in. Creativity is, according to me, see, you will have particular traits. Maybe it could be being frank, being open, or being shy, being exceptionally slow in processing things but bringing out the best solution. You will have your innate traits, but how do you channelize it? uh, Maybe a lot of people may consider it a weakness, but how do you channelize it in bringing out something new? So that is creativity according to me. And finally, coding. I know people from mechanical department and civil might be very aggravated seeing that word in this, but the world needs it. I have friends working in product companies like Continental, who the basic skill required is C++ or any object-oriented programming. So you need to know the core, but how do you put it into a form of a product is through coding in most of the industries. You become a data analyst, definitely coding is important. And circuit branches, you have no choice. Coding is going to be a part of life. Otherwise, you will have, see, if your job role does not contain coding in it, it's a low profile job. And coding is not like you should know some 7 languages. None of them can be an expert in 7 or 8 programming languages. But it's how you bring out the logic you build through the syntaxes defined in a programming language. That is the coding skill the employers require. We'll go in detail of each of the skills. So communication skills, there is a saying in Tamil, Vaayulla pillai pidaithukonnu. So if you are able to talk, you can crack interviews, you can establish who you are, not just with your ideas. See, there will be places where you will be pointed out for no reason. If you are silent, it means you have accepted all the faults that have been placed on you. If you don't stand up for yourself through verbal talks, then it's very difficult to survive in any industry. So to establish your ideas, to stand for yourself and asking questions, that's a very important trait. I think none of you actually mentioned like in your image of engineer. If you do not ask questions, you will not get answers and you will not get solutions, basically. Whatever product you're working on, whatever core you're working on, asking questions forms the basic trait an engineer requires. The day you stop asking questions, the day you decide you're not going to learn, and the day your exponential curve reaches the threshold. So to ask questions, and one more thing I would like to say is not all of you will get placed in a city like Chennai or Coimbatore. Some of you have to maybe move to Mumbai or Delhi, Noida, wherever. And apart from English, I would suggest you to know Hindi to an extent you can survive. I'm not enforcing anything, but it's for your good. If you are trying for companies that are not bounded by the state boundaries, you definitely Hindi will help you out. or else you will have to at least know the regional language there. For example, if it is Bangalore or Mysore, you should know Kannada. And if you are moving to Maharashtra, you will have to learn Marathi. Instead, if you can just know, like, I need water, I need to go here, all these basic statements in Hindi, I think that should be sufficient. And the second skill that you require is networking. We thought by we I mean the first batch of students, we thought we didn't have seniors, so we'll not be able to establish network. But you guys are in a very established brand called PSG. Please make use of it. Uh, People keep saying Shivnadar and a lot of other alumni, strong alumni. The word PSG still holds the same value for you or a person from PSG Tech. See, the brand value is same, but how you establish yourself, that makes a point. Whatever the institution will provide, the same brand value you will also get. But out of it, what you derive is completely left to you. So having the brand name PSG already with you, you can you have to use this network. You LinkedIn is the easiest way you can establish network with people from like from your college or people from PhD Tech, your professors LinkedIn connections. All of that will matter, not just now, not just for jobs. Even if you are actually want to be an independent researcher, or if you want to research on something, some topic that captivates you, you will need connections to get to know that such researches that are happening around. So you definitely need a network. You can be an introvert, you can be an extrovert, but you should know whom to approach to get what things done. For example, if you have an interview, you should know someone who can train you on how to crack an interview from a particular company. Or you should know a person who's doing an MBA, who will connect you to different companies. All of that you can it happens through networks. You will have to be in contact with seniors, your super seniors, or even the people who have passed out. You will have to somehow establish a network, a connection with them, and then explore the opportunities. So this is a very important thing, and I tell you, not every college will have such a good network. Please make use of the brand name. I humbly suggest you to do so. And problem solving or approaching. So it's like you will be anything you give. You go and work for an IT, you go for construction, or you go for design of an automobile, you go for power grid systems, or work in 5G. Whatever field you choose, ultimately what your work is going to be is you will be given a problem statement. You have to approach a solution for it. For example, let us take you will have to find out the factorial of 5. This is the problem statement. And for simplicity, I will say through coding, you will have to bring out the result. So you can just print statement and multiplication of all the 5 digits. That is the easiest approach to solving this problem. But a few people, what they will do is they will write a function that does this work, and the input can be different. And there will be even more efficient people who will fix the ranges. So say negative numbers should not be included. Then they will have cases that will ignore such out of bound values and write a code that is suitable for the actual value required. So how do you approach a problem statement? That is a very important skill that you will have to know and have to develop before you enter into a corporate. So yeah, independent contribution and teamwork, they go hand in hand. So you should be you can be the best person. You'll know to work efficiently, but if you're not cordial with the person next to you, you will still not be appreciated. It definitely depends on how you interact with the peer or your you need not have to be patient enough in accepting all their faults, but you should definitely be open in telling what is right, what is wrong. But you should establish a cordial relationship. That you will have to figure out how do you, it differs from person to person. It's all people handling skills. So in spite of you have to work in the group to achieve the group goal, but you should also make sure that you have an individual goal in the group, and you will have to establish that yes, I have attained my goal as well. You should be unique in the crowd as well as be cordial to the crowd. And as I told earlier, you will be in a constantly changing group. It will not be a subtle group always. It will not be a hyperactive group always. Sometimes you will have a very less number of teammates, sometimes too many. Any circumstance, you will still have to show your uniqueness. So that people handling skills is, it cannot happen overnight. These skills you will be developing through various activities in your college. So the communication skills, networking skills, problem solving, and independent, all of these skills, it is through the extracurricular and co-curricular activities that you will develop. So make use of every opportunity given to you in the college, be it organization of a small event or project display, whatsoever. Just grab the opportunities and make sure you know how to handle people. See, one example was when Dr. Malar told that we had entries for 40 people for a workshop, and we ended up having 90 people, and we couldn't say no, because people have come with the zest to learn something, and it's not fair to say no to them. So we had divided the team. We were a team of 8, and 4 of them had a session in the ground floor. We made sure we got another lab, and we did things. So you develop a lot of skills by engaging in different activities outside the curriculum. But do have it in mind that without marks, none of this matters. So marks is like, because you 14 years you have studied, written exams, got marks. That's the basic criteria that you need. After assuring that after being confident that you will score well, like no one will be asking you to have a 10 on 10 GPA. That is practically not possible. But you should know how much is your expectation. This expectation should be high. It shouldn't be like just 5 or 4. This should be a nominal mark that at least most of the employers accept. Minimum of 7.5 CGPA is required. You have to go for your higher studies or get placed. It's the minimum. It's not like you achieve 7.5, it is done. No. Very good universities, if you have to apply abroad, they require 8, and some colleges 8.5. So all of that you will have to consider, and then everything is how you plan. So all of the skills I have mentioned till now, it is completely how you engage yourself in various activities throughout your college. Creativity is one skill that is innate with you. You cannot steal the creativity of somebody, right? It can be it can also be something that you have the see. If you're a poet or an artist, you have the skill of observing things. So how do you bring that into a completely different technical forum? See, my first choice of career was journalism, so I like to write a lot. But I actually customized my skill of observing things to do it technically. I observed the phenomena happening in semiconductors. So that is how I twisted my trade to get what I want. It's not like, see, I could have easily gone into depression saying I wanted to do journalism and I'm stuck in engineering, but that's not going to solve anything. So every skill of whatever you have can be customized to things that you will need to acquire. You just have to tweak it in a way that it will be useful. And coding, I am still not very confident to talk to a group where mechanical and civil aspirants are there. But part of the job, yeah. See, it's not like you, as I said, you have to know all the languages. No, one language you will learn thoroughly. See, any language is an ocean. You will have to cover maybe a pond, okay? And in the pond, your fishing area will be a even smaller portion. So you have to be confident in the catchment area. So if you are studying some 10 concepts, the 10 concepts of that programming language, you know it very thoroughly, in and out. From the memory allocation to the execution, everything you have to know in that catchment area. A little extended version of the pond is enough. You needn't explore the complete ocean if you're not very confident with your catchment area. So coding is required. It's the need of the hour. You like it or not, you will have to take this. So these are the skills, according to me, are very crucial for an engineer who is like, and these are all the soft skills except for coding, but coding has become an innate quality that is required. So technically, how do you improve yourself? So what I did, I will tell you. I had a see, this is not my resume, but I'm just depicting one. You have to have a model resume in your mind. You can have it even also have a copy that you make it, and you have to you needn't mention exact CGPA that you aim for. I really had it in mind, and I worked on it. My target I achieved, but if you're not very clear on that, just make sure you know. Like for example, I wanted to do 4 projects and 4 in embedded systems, but you may not be very specific to what you want to work on. You can just have I will by the end of engineering or before placements, I will have to finish so many projects, so many implant trainings I'll have to go, so many workshops I'll have to attend. All of that, this your CV will be something that will keep motivating you. If you have if you're very clear on what you want, you will only be striking things out. Or what you will do is, okay, this target is done, and it's not like first you will take projects, finish projects, and go to implant training. It will not work. Everything you will have to do parallelly. So for all of that, time management is the basic skill you require, and I didn't bring it there because that is like you don't even have to be an engineer to know that time management is the thing you will have to possess no matter what you do in life. And first I was a day scholar, and managing time was very difficult for me because I was not a person who sits 8 hours lectures, go home. Just that my energy levels were too high to just do that. So what I did, and I was actually traveling late to home, and my parents were not comfortable with it. So I just went and asked if they'll let me a room in the hostel, and initially they said no because people from other districts and all are studying, and they require more than you do. I actually fought for it. As I say, if you cannot establish your ideas, then you cannot grow. I literally fought. Then Chandramohan sir asked me, just think of the pros and cons, analyze. If you're still okay with it, then we will give you all of that. They said. I did my pros con analysis. I said, sir, there are cons. I agree. There won't be any pampering. I'll definitely miss my parents, my home food, my comfort at home. But I think this is I need this more. So that was my personal choice. It need not be yours, but for me to manage my time, that was very much required. I stay in the other part of the city, so it takes around 2 hours to reach my home, and it was very difficult for me to cope up, doing all of that activities and also traveling for 2 hours. I became really exhausted, and it like when we were there, we didn't have the bias of weekends and weekdays. We were always in college. Be it for lectures, be it for projects, whatsoever. We just like being in the campus and exploring things. Because when we were studying, we didn't know what you want, what the employers want, what you want to do. Nothing. It was complete blank. And definitely every faculty will guide you with their knowledge, but their expertise isn't fresh. Their knowledge and experience is very great, but the fresh from industry experience, that will be from only from your seniors, that we lacked. So we experimented on everything. We will not be given permissions to go to workshops as and when we can. We'll have to plan on workshops that will be on the weekends. All of that we did. It was, see, at the end, when I went for the interview, it was my first interview, and you have something called synopsis that you will be preparing. That's all placement oriented. I'm not going deep into it. It's like a portfolio. So when you present your resume and portfolio, all the struggles, it will not matter anymore. And the learning experience you get, no, see, it is like, once we had a summer, it was a training basically, given by Mr. Satyanathan from Tripoli. He just told how AC is getting converted to DC, and how the voltage is getting reduced. So it is basically what your phone adapters or laptop adapters do. I can still, I clearly know each and every concept behind it. What are the components used? What was the voltage? Everything was very clear. The learning experience, maybe I may not be very confident with each of the subjects I've learned through my academia, but these skills, they give you an experience that is whole lot different. So if you're not a very good manager of multitasking and time managing, please make sure your travel doesn't affect your curriculum or the zest to learn something new. And just with a 10 CGPA, you will not get a placement. You should have some extra skills, something extra to make you stand out in the crowd. Because everybody will see, the company only will give you, I need people from 8 and above, CGPA of 8 and above. Every individual in the interview room will be of CGPA 8. So you will have to have technical skills that will tell you, see, yeah, there can be 100 people, but your products might be of this particular subject. I have done workshops on this. I have done a project on this. I have gone to an industry similar to yours and had an implant training in there. That is why you need to go to implant trainings, or do projects, or attend workshops, or even organize workshops. See, LabVIEW, I remember I studied when, we had the training in 2015, and still after 2018, I did not have 2 years. I never worked on LabVIEW, but I still know the basics. If you ask me to have a one workshop on it, I can definitely do with very minimal prep. So that kind of knowledge gaining you should have. And apart from workshops, implant trainings and projects, certifications will also matter. Certifications meaning you will have forums like Coursera, EDX, Udacity. There are multiple forums now, NPTEL from IITs. So all of that platforms you can use to learn one particular subject, be very strong, give assessments, and get a certification. You will be a uh, certified person in one particular subject. See, I am from EC, so all the subjects I relate to are based on that. In every field, every core area, there are courses. You just have to finish them. Taking a coding course, I would like to recommend, because anywhere it will be useful. Any field, it will be useful. So this is how you have to. And I have to generically talk about this. If it was for electronics and communication, my technical skills slides only would have gone long way, but because it is generic, I try to make it as abstract as I can. If you want to know what particular technical skill you will need, then you can see the companies that you aspire for. For example, you can check Mercedes, BMW for mechanical engineers, or electrical engineers can go and check Schneider Electric or ABB, whatsoever. Whatever companies you have in your mind, go check the websites, check what are the, go to their website, go to careers tab and check what are the skills they require. So you'll know the technical details of what you should learn. And these are my personal suggestions. It's not that you mandatorily have to do this, but it will definitely help you out. LinkedIn, if you haven't created a profile, please do it as quick as you can, because that is the that social media platform can take you to heights. And one trick I will tell you that many people will not know: you have your LinkedIn profile, right? You have to go and edit your profile every day, every week, Monday. If not, at least fortnight, every 15 days. On Mondays, you make changes, especially when you're searching jobs or internships or in-plant trainings. Because if you have changed something, the chances for your profile to be searched is more. So doing it on Mondays, the recruiters will there are high chances that the recruiters notice your profile. So you needn't add anything or so. Just go your name, misspell it, and then again save it, then again spell it right and save it. This change, if you do, you will be in contact with the recruiters more. The probability that you get in contact will be more. And yeah, have many connections as you can, and just check out the researches currently going on in different institutions and organizations. Maybe there will be open recruitments for research assistant or so. So just check out all of that. Check it in the LinkedIn and go to there. See, if for example in PSG iTech you find a research going on, that will be in LinkedIn. But you should go to PSG iTech website and see what the research is about and how to apply. And use the college infrastructure and the brand name as much as you can. Trust me, not many colleges in India have such good laboratories. I know it's all virtual now, but I hope eventually you will be back to college and you will have the lab to your. You can just go and see. See, I have been to laboratories in the mechanical department, civil department, everywhere. I have explored. See, one thing is you obviously are paying fee. Other thing is, this opportunity you will not get elsewhere. I have seen friends from PSG Tech, from Amrita, and all. Like how are you guys having lab extended after 6? We used to work till the hostel timing is up. Until then, we used to use our laboratories. Please make use of it. I still remember once the security Anna, he came and told me, Amma, inniki Diwali, inniki edukuma college vanda. So to that extent, we use the infrastructure. You don't have to be that passionate, but make sure you don't miss the best feature of the college. See, there are institutions where most of the components don't work. You have equipments that are not older than 10 years. So you should know the importance of it and make use of it very well. And one thing I missed out is I liked embedded systems so much, and I focused on embedded system projects. But my work experience is completely on telecommunication. I work for 5G. So I didn't have a solid project that talked my skills on communication. So if you can, just make sure you have project on different domains. It is just a suggestion. It may not be possible also. It need not be a successful project, and it not be a very big project. Even a mini project in different subjects will help you out. And publication or IP, that will distinguish your profile from even a million profiles. You have a publication to a well known organization like IEEE or so, then you will stand out in a crowd very easily. Patents are also equally or even better choice. It's how much you put into your work that it gets published or you get a patent. And the people who are aspiring for MBA, you see the college has a different set of people, a diverse group, and inclusive of faculty. So you have to pick up activities like market study or surveys. All of that you can do in college. It's just filling out a Google form, and most of them will do it happily for you. See, these skills nobody is going to teach you, but if you so want to get into IIMs and all, you definitely have alumni there. Make use of them. Whatever they are doing in their post graduation, if you are able to replicate or depict it in a small proportion in your undergraduate, it will definitely make a difference. And this taking a job for streamlining field is Dr. Mohanram's recommendation. It was for me. I was actually confused and had a discussion with sir, and he was like, "It's very good to study or fine, but if at all you work for 1 year, you'll streamline yourself, because the field of engineering is quite big. Whatever you take triple E or ECE or mechanical or civil or computer science, it's a very vast subject. You will not know how to streamline it. A work experience will definitely help you to streamline. So just for that, just get a job, even if it is an IT job. You will for sure know you really don't like it, and you can move to what you want. So to streamline your career, you try to opt for placements. It is not, see, again, one more advantage of having a job after your graduation is like, we have uncertainties anytime, and this pandemic is one very big example. My batch graduated in 2018, and people who immediately went to job, immediately went to post graduation, are finding it very difficult to get a job after post graduation, no matter how good universities they went to, be it MBA or MS. So people who took 1 year, they're getting better internships right now. So this is what I have seen from my batch people. So I would request you to think about it, have a job, even if you don't like it, just have 1 year experience and then apply for jobs. In PSG Tech, what people do is they have the 6 months internship, right? So they still have work experience. So if you at least have a solid internship in a very reputed organization, that is still fine. But if you are completely new to a corporate or whatsoever, it is difficult for you to survive there. So and you learn coding or not, you learn any skill or not, please get familiarized with MS Office, Microsoft Office, MS Excel especially. It's not just adding, subtracting. It is not that. Data analytics and all, if you're going, Excel is very crucial tool. And see, present ideas or whatever it is, Microsoft Word, explore all the features, know what margin is, what, even if you're writing a statement of purpose to an university and they are like, you have a page limit of 2, but you will have to know that you can extend the margins and still fit in the exact content you have made to fit in 2 pages. All of the tactics you will get to know only if you familiarize with Microsoft Office. So these are my personal suggestions. It will definitely be useful, at least what I feel, but it's up to you. So any questions?
Thank you, Monisha.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
I think they can raise their hands or they can put in the chat box.
Few hands are raised already.
They can unmute and they can ask questions. Go ahead, students. You can ask questions. Can you unmute? You can ask questions.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Akka, in which year you joined hostel and in which year you were coming as day scholars, sir?
Uh,
Even I am a day scholar and I was planning to join hostel for a second or third year.
Your good name, please.
Sir, Ratan, sir.
Ratan. Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. So,
Which
like
part
I
of
was,
Bangalore you are?
yes,
See,
sir,
it
because,
completely depends on what you want, right? See, my whatever I wanted, first year I missed out everything. Basically,
okay.
I did contribute, but not to the level I wanted. So
Yes.
by the end of second semester, second semester holidays. Soon after that, I joined like second year, and after seventh semester, after my placements, I became a day scholar because see, I had to buy components
Hmm.
for
Yes,
my
sir.
projects, and it was easy to be a day scholar because from hostel, especially from girls hostel, you will have a series of procedures to be followed in order to go out, get things, and come. So for that purpose only, I had to.
Like
But
from
see,
the,
yeah,
yes, God. Like
it
from
is
the,
completely left to individual. Whatever was
ah,
right for me may not be right for you. You
yes,
will have
God.
to do your pro con analysis
Yes, God.
and then take a call.
Like from the previous orientation speaks, like Nishant bro was talking about the lab, like we can use the lab till 9 o'clock every day, and even if it is a day scholar they can use, but the traveling time can be reduced, right, during this
Yeah,
when we
that
stay
is
at the hostel.
definitely there. But
So,
hostels, not everybody will have their comfort zone. You
ah,
have a different experience altogether in hostel. You
yes,
learn to be a little independent, and the compromises and sacrifices. A lot of
yes,
things you will have to do. If you are a single child, especially, you will not had the chance of sharing things. But in
yeah,
hostels, there is no personal belongings as such. Most of them
yes.
will be a common property of the room. So all of that, few may not be very comfortable with. So the call is yours to take.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you, Ratan.
Yeah. Thank you, Ratan.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, Ka.
Yeah. Hi.
For semester, you preferred only college books or any outside books?
Your good name, please.
The Sham Sundar.
Shyam Sundar. You prefer only college books or reference books?
See,
Yes, sir.
I am not. See, I observe things as I say. So most of the things are my notes. I don't even take the notes that the faculty, line by line, if they say whatever I understand from what they say, that I write. And at least when we studied, we used to have this prep for class and then come to class. So I still remember circuit theory. We will know most of the things before we attend class. We'll know things, and all of that we need to get clarified is what was given through lectures. So you have to have the preparations. It is completely your choice. See, if you are not familiar with or if you're not comfortable with the languages that the Anna University prescribes, those textbooks, you can go for a local author. That's completely your choice, but make sure you have a preparation a little bit before, be it for labs. We used to have pre-vivas for labs, and only when you finish your viva, you can actually do the experiment. We had such things. I don't know if it is followed now, but if even if it isn't, it's a good practice to know things a little ahead.
Okay.
Hello, Monisha ka.
Yeah, hi.
I have a question. Is it better to participate in a lot of competitions or participate in a few of them and win in them?
See, that is not left to you, right? Winning or losing is completely not your choice. You have to give your best. If you are compromising on your academics for participating in a competition, that's a foolish choice. But if you've tried your best and still not won the competition, it is still fine. It's the learning experience that counts. See, if you're writing a statement of purpose for a reputed university, you can say, I had attempted 10 competitions, failed, utterly failed in all of that, and this is my learning experience. That counts, not I have bagged a cash award of 500 rupees. That 500, what you think you have learned. So take the learning out of each experience, not the outcome of it. Experience the journey in that.
The outcome is not
So, my
important.
name is Sudhir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
From what sources you used to pick up the project ideas?
See, initially, we didn't have any idea. The first project was we were given a list. See, these are the easiest things you can do. And after that, I liked. See, basically, me and my team, we got most of our ideas from sci-fi movies. We liked the movie Wall-E and we wanted to build a rover. That is how it started. Basically, the inspiration can be from anywhere. And there are people. We had a poster design contest. The poster was based on theme that nature-driven products. So what the inspiration can be from anywhere. For me, it was the movie, the Wall-E movie. We just wanted a very small robot, and then that was just the spark. After that, when you start working on something, right, you will get interested. That will drive you. And one of my the final year project of mine was based on Chennai floods. We wanted a robot that could the food packets were thrown from the helicopters and most of them got damaged, right? So instead, if the drones also will serve a similar purpose, so we wanted a wall climbing robot that can provide relief measures. So the inspiration of my final year project is completely different from the project that the obstacle detection robot. Both of them were completely different. So if you want problem statements,
what's your
sorry, I will finish that. If you want problem statements, just go for hackathons. All of them will have multiple problem statements. You can take them as such or derive something out of it. That's a quicker way of doing things.
how was your first day at college?
Okay, that's a very good question and very nostalgic also. There was, see, all that infrastructure I tell you, I say it very passionately because I saw it coming right in front of me. Like when we joined the college, all the infrastructures you are bestowed with, right from first, we didn't have. We have literally seen trees growing up overnight. Like they used to implant trees in the campus. So first day it was a bit scary. Uh, uh, you've been pampered in school. Like you'll have a schedule to pick up and drop and all of that. Complete pampering of 14 years, and like it's your choice. You will have to learn. It's a sense of freedom as well as a responsibility, and I was actually scared on my day one. And we had first years performing, like there was one person, the first ever student, he came and he gave a bold talk. There were people who sang, who exhibited their musical talents and all. I was even shivered to sit in the the auditorium, but then how do I compete among so much talent, and how do I stand out in crowd? That fear I had. Basically, that was the first instinct I remember right now.
Any more questions, students? Any more? Just raise their hands.
Excuse me, sir. Hi, I'm Subiksha from ECE. When do you think is the best time for the first year students to start the online courses, and what courses do you suggest for an ACE student?
See, first semester, I don't think you see, other than the programming language you have, it's all basic physics and math, right?
Yes.
So if you want right from the first semester, if you want to do a course, then whatever language is given to you, C or Python, whatsoever, you can take that. when your subjects get streamlined and you have an interest or inclination towards one subject, or it can be the other way around. See, maybe you are scoring very well in electronics and communication, you're not paying attention. Maybe an external course can trigger that interest in you. So, but for the first semester, I think programming language will be a common suggestion to any branch. As you go and as you explore, you will have to take up courses. Any questions?
Thanks a lot, Monisha.
Thank you, sir.
So coming to the college on day of Deepavali, okay, ending your time with lab, NA lab, you have shared your rich experience. In fact, when Monisha joined, we had only 3 buildings.
Yes.
That was not even completed. There are many trees which were implanted. And even some students, they came to campus, I think they have not joined because it is not in a complete stage. The hostel, in fact, the present cafeteria was the hostel. Monisha, I don't know whether you have visited recently.
Yes, sir, we stayed there.
Yeah, it was called as food court. It's called as food court now. That was the place, I think the girls' hostel was there. And again, they shifted to another block that is now is a guest house. Only after 2 batches have, left. I think we have the full-fledged hostel now. The 3rd batch of students only have occupied the hostel from day 1 onwards. In fact, with all risk, Monisha joined, and the kind of advice what she has given to students, coding is first. Whether you are a civil engineer or a mechanical engineer, you have to learn coding. The job might be a coding job or maybe a code job. All kinds of skills are required. So I request all civil and mechanical students to learn coding. Regarding the kind of courses which you would like to do in online, it is left to your interest. Your passion is more important. Whatever might be your passion, you can take a course. It may be management, it may be finance, it may be psychology. There is no boundary at all. Take any course of your interest. Thanks a lot, Monisha. I request you to visit our college again while I think all this pandemic is over. Now, I request Dr. Malar to propose vote of thanks.
Good morning again, one and all. It's again a pleasure for me to provide the vote of thanks. When I hear from Monisha, it was all a very happy hour for me. This 1 hour went very happily. And she said everything about the college. We also went back to those days and remembered what happened on those days in the department, in hospital, in the building infrastructure, etc. These students were also working along with us in developing infrastructure, guiding us to provide different workshops to the students. They suggested many ideas. We incorporated all those ideas. Our principal used to consider our students and their suggestions. All were implemented either in our department, test procedures, everything we used to get the feedback from students, and they provided. And the system is now in the form, not only because of the faculty and management, but also the active participation of students to develop this system. So we all will be blessed. You all will be blessed to work in this system. I thank Monisha for giving all insights about the learning process. Starting from building a CV, then how to proceed with learning coding, even learning Microsoft Office is very important. Good enough in working with Microsoft Office. All those things will definitely help you. She said that you start building the CV from day 1. Yes, definitely. Definitely, any young either any year if you define yourself at the start, definitely you can achieve. Some of the students need to one of the students need to mute, I think. Okay. So she gave the importance of the brand name, networking, communication, whatnot. She gave everything about what a student should have in their entire learning process of 4 years. And I thank you, Monisha, personally and also professionally as a head of the department, former head of the department. You gave a very good insight about the college infrastructure, facilities, the way we teach you. Really, thank you so much for sharing your views. Thank you all the students for active participation. Thank you all.
Thank you, Monisha. Have you given your email ID, Monisha?
I have sent it in the chat, sir.
In
Chat box I have actually sent.
Okay, I think people are still asking. LinkedIn mail ID also there.
LinkedIn ID also have shared.
Yeah, fine. So thanks a lot, Monisha.
Yeah, sir. Thank
Now
you so
I
much.
request all the students to join back at 10:45, where they'll be having talent expo. Monisha,
Yes, sir.
though this online, all first year students are exhibiting their talent. It may be music, dance, drawing, photography, all kinds of skill. They take a videograph and they're sending in advance.
Okay.
Response is excellent.
No, actually, that was very intimidating for me on day one, and that was the motivating factor to do something more than academics, actually, for me.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah, this is actually second expo, in fact. One was over. We didn't have time. We'll be having today also from 10:45 onwards. And I don't think time is enough to complete all the videos. We'll be extending further also. So thanks a lot. Thank you, all my students. Thanks to Dr. Malar. Thank you, Monisha.
thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Excuse me, we didn't receive your mail ID and LinkedIn ID.
Yeah, mail ID and LinkedIn ID. Yeah. You can send again.
Sir, the overall experience was really good, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
We experienced new things and we.
You're going to experience this for another next 4 years, okay?
Sure, sir.
Thank you all.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. We'll meet again at 10:45. We're signing off. Thank you.